The stardate is 54538. Dr. Magnus is on his way back to Andon's Landing after a rather, shall we say, eventful vacation. Captain Ray awakens to an unfamiliar ceiling, while Dr. Ryan and Lieutenant Juxon discover something terrible aboard their new vessel and about their new friend. We first cut to Dr. Magnus. You, uh, well, actually, I may have presumed a little bit about your actions, but last we left you, you had commandeered a Saber-class ship, as I recall.
Yep,
I presumed you were heading back to Andon's Landing, but perhaps I was wrong.
I did say that. But I think during the travel, I'm gonna have a little crisis because I literally have no idea what to do next. Because I don't know where the three amigos are headed, and I haven't had any contact with Ray in a long time.
And you're
Where
more or less
do
running the ship by yourself.
where do pirates go?
Orion Space, Unclaimed Space, Frankie Alliance.
The Caribbean.
Not anymore. Starfleet trains there now.
Yeah, because I assume the first thing that happens when I get back to Andon's Landing is I get arrested. You know what? I'll go to Orion. That seems like a reasonable plan.
Okay.
What do you think I can get for a saber?
Where is my map? That's not it. You know, it's a good sign when the summary of the episode's a lie. Change some things around real quick. I'd forgotten the terrible, terrible crimes you committed. That is making the expedition's life way easier. That would not have been a fun thing for them to discover later. Hello, you're being hacked now. I've lost where I am. Oh, duh. Whoop. So you're in your little saber class that could.
Oh, first things first, actually, I need to, purge my first officer of his viruses. And probably the Saber's main computer. Because he was taken over by the Section 31 people.
Insight, command, or science, difficulty of 3. Did I give you a name for the saber? I feel like I didn't.
I didn't ask, I don't think. I don't like it might be just something that I notice on the wandering around. Reverse engineering?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Take 3 threat.
And it begins. Oops, Simon. I was like, where's your roll? Because I'm scrolled all the way at the top. Whoa, okay. I mean, you could just get the roll. That's fine. Gained a momentum. It would seem that this is not, in fact, a virus. It is a feature, or in a way, or a rather hidden subroutine within the system to acknowledge the existence of Article 14, Section 31. Because there's a lot of other subroutines that try not to violate Federation protocols. With the ship, it's just a matter of telling the computer ignore this part of it, and the ship goes okay because the ship's computer is meant to be a little more flexible. So that part you won't even have to test for. It's just a matter of telling the ship to do that, and since no one else on the ship can really stop you, it's a matter of just it would be an extended task, but it'd be trivial because it wouldn't take you. You wouldn't be fighting something too hard. The tricky bit is doing it to the hologram, because the hologram is, as you've learned, it's a very delicately balanced system, and everything's kind of weighed against each other to kind of make it hard. For instance, to tell the doctor not to do this or do that because it's against the rule. It's against the law. It's like it's against the law. It's against medical ethics, or it's against Starfleet protocol. The only thing that really can override that is the part of the Federation Constitution, as it were, or charter, that says under Article 14, Section 31, to kind of say, hey, sometimes you need to ignore all that for the good of the Federation. That's what's activating that subroutine, and it's kind of a visual indicator to anyone to know, like, oh, that's what's been done to the doctor. The doctor is in a different mode now. As a sort of more honest way to let people know. You could modify that to change his appearance, or you could try to edit that part of the program out. But if you're editing it out and all you're doing is telling it don't ever ignore that exception, then it won't be a problem. It'll be an issue trying to get the hologram to do something that is against its ethics or whatever. But if you want to keep that part of it but not have the new other subroutines, the nest, as it were, you'll have to program something else in its place to kind of fill in the gap, and that would be an extended task.
How about I just take its subroutines and clear and make it so that it, like, I guess make its primary function to do to keep Magnus's interests its number one operating procedure?
I would call that control science or command difficulty of 2, to kind of, you're just basically telling it what its priority is, and you're making sure it doesn't deviate from that. Like, your interest is the Federation interest, is what you're telling it, and you're trying to tell it that before it turns on again.
Hollow engineering?
Yep.
Theory and practice?
Yeah, because you've been interacting with this whole hologram thing.
So that brings down difficulty. That gives me dice, and we're rolling. It's 4, I think. Momentum.
Yes. Oh yeah, you've at least gotten the hologram to. You've told it basically in advance, hey, this is I'm the priority here as far as your Section 31 protocol is concerned. Unless I tell you otherwise, which the hologram's subservient to the controller, which is you. So if there was a superior officer aboard the Cordoba, this might become an issue, but there isn't, so... Because you're the only actual officer aboard.
Do I realize that flaw? Because that sounds like a flaw I want to fix. Can I spend 2 momentum to negate that?
Yeah. So that way it basically answers only to you.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you for free that you know when it comes to, well, as far as Federation protocol is concerned, or Starfleet protocol is concerned, holograms are considered tools that are an extension of the user. So you're as far as the holograms are concerned, anything they do, you're responsible for if you told them to do it. They're an extension of you, basically.
Oh, so
Or of your
I
intent.
lost my get out of war crimes trial card?
Well, if you invoke Section 31, just hope it holds up. Just hope they agree with you with your proper usage of it.
Okay, I'll turn it back on then. Are his little helpers gonna come back online too?
Yep.
Or, okay.
Because once you turn on the main one, you can turn on all of them. I should put this token in a more convenient place. There it is. What is the nature of the medical emergency? Oh. Hello, Lieutenant.
Not so much medical. I need you to command my ship here.
Oh, yes. Oh, you paused me. Right. Eventually see everyone else start moving as he kind of stares off for a second. Okay, pasta? What was that noise? He kind of looks around, he kind of dazes off, and then you see all the other holograms around you start around. Like they were kind of waiting for him to do something, to tell them what to do. Ship seems operational. We are currently on course for Orion at cruising speed. And it would appear that there's a starship approaching our location at warp speed.
Who is it?
Identifying. It would appear to be 2 Class 2 vessels, Peregrines. They don't seem to be registered in the Cordoba's database, however.
Oh, it's those people.
Currently at extreme range.
I have a plan. Stay right there. And I'm going to... Magnus's understanding of tactics is probably not that good, so he is probably going to choose... He's gonna look up, like literally type in or search in the computer famous starship captain warrior, and like Google that.
I have to ask on a meta level, to what end?
I'm going to try to imbue the hologram with everything I can search in the computer's database about being a great starship captain slash thing.
Give me reason plus command difficulty of 2 as you're researching. I'll call it 3, and the complications 2 because you're trying to very quickly ad hoc yourself a command hologram, which this will at least work for a little while. And in essence, it's still the image of stats, but he has an advantage that he has a command library to refer to, which will make his rolls better.
Do I get theory into practice because I'm still reprogramming him?
I'll give you 2, sure. You'll probably need the help.
I'm gonna spend 3 momentum. Hollow engineering.
Sure.
Oh wait, I don't know why I asked for that. I have a command of 1. Oh no. Hold that thought. This is a time for determination. Oh, I did say 3 momentum. I should have only said 2 because theory into practice gave me 1 for free.
Yeah, that's true.
So can I use determination on critical analysis reveals all, because I am trying to kind of like write up a report on what makes a good captain.
Sure.
Let's hope the second time around doesn't suck so awful. Oh wow, night and day. And the difficulty went down by 1, so that should be 3 momentum. Like, I wonder who he found that gave him 3 zeros and a complication.
Starix.
Oh, you wound me, sir.
Or Captain Elder. Ram it! This is a Saber class. Wrong class of ship. Does he ever command anything smaller than scale 5? No. That explains a lot of it.
Never commanded anything lower than a scale 6.
Scale 6. That's a sovereign.
Galaxy.
I thought galaxies were 5.
No,
Nope.
galaxies are 6.
Oh,
Galaxy.
shut my mouth. But yes, you have improved your command EMH, or your ECH, as it seems to be. The rest of the crew are, they're doing what they can. Thankfully, the ship's computers helping them, so they're proficient. They're not very good. The best of them is the one standing next to you, because it's the master hologram. It has most of the subroutines. So don't expect any creative thought from your subordinates.
I'll, after typing on the console, I'll stand back up. Captain, now would be a good time for a brilliant maneuver.
What might you suggest? Do we consider these hostile?
The kind of hostile that you would prefer not to kill, but you also don't want them to kill you.
Raise shields. You see yellow alert lights flicker on as the 2 ships. And actually, you can see on the main viewer, it pops up. You can kind of see how close the ships are getting, as they seem to be coming rather quickly at the Cordoba, which has kind of come to a stop. It seems they're hailing us. I am promptly ignoring them. We're now going to pretend that we are wounded and we are unable to defend ourselves. Turning off shields. Lowering power. And you actually notice that the gravity starts letting go a little bit. Life support failing.
Are you sure you know what you're doing? This.
You find yourself a little short of breath all of a sudden.
Oh shit.
Doctor, I would advise you that once they board the ship, inform me. I am going to deactivate to let them believe the ruse that you are alone. And he vanishes. As you are now still gasping for air, because give me fitness medicine difficulty 1. The air's a little thin.
Take a momentum.
Sure.
This is not working out at all.
On the plus side, you don't faint immediately. But I should be right back. I have to attend to something. I have returned.
Damn it! 30 seconds left.
Oh, so a certain captain on a different ship is saying bad things about me. Cool. I'll remember that tomorrow. Yes, you made the roll there, Magnus. You're not dying, but you are short of breath. The ships look like they're coming into close range.
I try to do my best, like, anti-grav swim, or, no grav swim to a suit, an EVA suit.
For 1 momentum, you can get yourself a suit before you get boarders.
Yes.
Do you wish to grab anything else from like a weapons locker? Listen, you have to.
Probably the wrong character for that. Yeah, I'm gonna grab. Can't take body armor because I already got the suit.
Yep, gives you 1 resistance.
Go ahead and give me a Type 3 and a pair of grenades. Because I am pretty convinced that this computer has screwed me.
Let's move you over here real quick. Indicating ops. Oh, whoops, that wouldn't be wrong. Indicating the flight chair. You're probably in the front half.
I think grenades are only 1 escalation. I don't know. It's been about a year since I used them.
What's the escalation in for a spatial charge? Just go full engineer, just C4.
I think I still need the ship.
Ah, shoot. Precisely what I didn't want. Oh. Trying to draw a dividing line for the room. Just indicate that the room is big enough that it'd be an issue. There. Grenade is escalation 2. Then you get a pack of 6, as I recall, or a pack of 3 or something like that. You
Pack
get
of
like more
3.
than one.
You get 3. Well, that's
Just for
4
aesthetic.
threat.
Say again?
4 threat, and the rest of the momentum, I think, for you.
Do. Let's indicate a security station in the back. And I'll mark some of the doors real quick. So you know where your escape route is. Be one back there.
Also, I feel like if I lose 2 characters to a intense firefight on a ship that's out of control in the middle of nowhere, it's become a habit.
And just so I don't lose track. You need counseling.
If my counselor wouldn't become a super spy and go off in Klingon territory, I might have that chance.
Is there any part of the bridge you wish to get to or hide behind or what have you before they beam in? You still have a little bit of time. Whoops, well, I'll have to work.
I don't really think Magnus has an eye for planning ambushes, so I think he's just gonna wait it out in the captain's chair because it's comfy.
Two people beam onto the bridge. Look to be nice burly Orion men with rifles and body armor.
I feel like describing it that way, you're implying something.
And they look around the bridge, kind of confused. Especially since, but they seem to be secured to the ground, like their boots are for something special, and wearing what look to be rebreathers.
I throw a grenade at one of them and then spin the chair around so that I'm not facing the grenade.
Okay. Which one do you throw it at?
Where's the front of the bridge?
This way. Whoops, you can't see me do that. This way.
Okay, well, I would have been facing that way, so the blue dot green guy.
I'm gonna look up grenades here real quick.
Grenades are one of those things where it's kind of hard to screw it up, I think. Like, if you screw it up, it's really bad, but it's pretty hard to screw up.
There it is. Fix any character or damage object within reach of initial target, and one additional target within close range of initial target for each effect rolled.
So I'll use my minor for vicious.
Give me insight security difficulty 1.
Is this you're inside the range roll?
I didn't say that.
I feel like this is you're inside the range roll. Yep.
So to hit that target, since it's a range attack and they're within close range, we're looking at difficulty of 3 because they could be moving around or they might get too close to you while you're doing something. So probably not going to just stand there and let you throw it at them. They're going to try to stop you, or at least dodge out of the way. But yeah, be control security.
By swiveling the chair around, will I get some cover from this?
Sure. I'll give you resistance 2. Well, I'll roll 2 resistance cover dice. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
It's gonna wreck the chair, but I think you don't care about that at the moment.
I'm an engineer. I can fix that.
You can fix your body too. It's called implants. Cybernetics. Problem solved.
Take 6 threat.
6 threat. And yeah. Oh no. Well, you hit him. Gain some momentum too. Roll damage for a plasma grenade. A pulse grenade, I should say.
Oh my god.
Wrong game.
One to reroll. Oh, I did not hit all the buttons correctly, so I still need to roll 3 more. And I did use my minor to charge for vicious, so that's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage.
Since I'm in close, is the green guy with the red dot in close?
This what you realize when it goes off is that this area is all the same range band. That's the medium range band.
Okay.
So you catch both of yourselves and all the gear and the consoles. With that many effects, you hit yourself, the chair, the 2 consoles in front of you, him, obviously. I'll roll 2 challenge dice to see how much... actually, you can roll 2 challenge dice to see how much your cover gave you. How much extra resistance. It gave you 1 extra, plus your 1, so you take 2 less. You're looking at 7 stress. On the plus side, the other guy goes down as he tries to dive out of the way, but it's a grenade in close quarters, so there's not a whole lot he can do.
I will spend a momentum and a threat to stay up, or does it have to be 2 off?
It could be either or.
Okay, I'll half and half it. Oh.
Oh, this console's gone.
You wouldn't let me spend 2 threat to do a swift task, would you?
I totally would. I
I'm
could use the
gonna
threat. There's no. That's not like I'm going to use it on somebody else.
I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna throw my other grenade and spin the chair back around.
I will say that the chair is demolished from the explosion. You're on a stool now.
Okay, a minor to move over here. Over here. Behind the panel. There.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
You can
and I'll
find
move
cover
over.
elsewhere in the room. Sure, it's sparking and stuff, but whatever. It's a solid object between you and them. It's difficult. It's control security difficulty 2. 3, sorry, because you swift task. Swift task. Yes, summary.
Take 6 threat.
Sure. Well, you hit.
Yeah, I just had to take that.
And roll damage. I know what complication's going to happen. As the grenade kind of pings off the security panel, pops up into the air and goes off to the shock of the other Orion.
That was not a very effective grenade.
Would you like to spend a threat to reroll?
Oh, if you'll let me do that.
Oh yeah, I totally will. Unlike other GMs, I like getting threat.
Kind of banking on this scene ending soon, anyways. Someone else can deal with this. Oh, it is a slightly effective grenade. Now, the thing is going to come back online and told me it had a plan, but all the enemies seem to be.
You're no longer in combat. Although now pretty much every console on the bridge has been destroyed by someone throwing grenades around. And it looks like the back door is fused shut now. You even see the view screen behind you is cracked.
I'll just shout out loud. EMH, I did your job for you.
There's no reply.
Is the belt anywhere, laying on the ground or something?
Yeah, it looks damaged.
Gosh. I guess I'll try to repair the belt.
We'll come back to you. On the plus side, you didn't get captured, so win-win. You lose 1 momentum. You're not -1 momentum. So that's how that works, right? Is that fair to
No.
everybody? Oh, okay. Oh, actually, no. Sorry, I have the wrong music going. It's not the Klingon chip that's happening next. As you cut to someone else who seems to be in far more trouble than they bargained. Captain Ray.
Wait, what? Huh?
You
What's
wake
going
up
on?
on a bed.
3 pocket check. What do I have on me? What gear do I have?
Apparently, you're in your small clothes.
So no combats, no tricorder, no phase.
No, you do have a blanket though. A
Okay.
pillow. Technically a mattress, but I don't think you want to carry that with you.
Nope. Faint memory. What's the last thing I remember?
Well, I don't know. Give me fitness plus command difficulty 2.
Focus and composure, tactics, psionics.
I'll take psionics, sure.
No, you're not getting any more threat.
Okay. Oh, you gained a momentum. You remember meeting with the captain of the Ryzian Starbase. You saw what looked to be a Calgate crystal on his desk. You felt a very despairing presence in the room. You dove out of the room, and you are now here on a bed. And you get the feeling that your memories were messed with a little bit.
I also get the feeling, being a beta Z and slightly familiar with psionics, can I check to see, is this the real life or is this just fantasy? Like tap the back of my hand or... Okay.
You seem to be in, looks to be a starship's quarters. See a little pad on the desk, cup of coffee. No, actually, an empty cup at the moment.
Empty cup.
Little computer. You actually see some of your equipment over on this table, like your combat, your phaser, your tricorder.
I'm disturbed by the voices in my head, but I'm gonna go get my equipment. Do a quick check on the phaser, tricorder, combat.
Yeah, it all works. Well, the combat, you don't know if it works. You'd have to call someone first, but it doesn't look damaged. In fact, it's kind of put down the way you would normally put it down if you were going to bed. Like you're setting it nearby so you wouldn't forget about them.
But these aren't my quarters, but these are like the old standard Starbase quarters.
Yeah, these are just your standard, guest quarters you'd have for someone, either a junior officer or a guest aboard the ship.
Computer, what time is it?
The time is 13:15.
And what was the last time I remember? It was like 10 o'clock, wasn't it?
Yeah, like 10 in the morning, something like that. So 1,000 hours. So technically it's been 3 hours, if you go by that logic.
And I know the commander is compromised, so... Computer, station and status report?
You are not authorized to know that information.
Clarify.
You are not authorized to know that information.
What am I authorized to do?
Captain Leandus Ray is currently under the GM forgot what it's called. Captain Leandus Ray is confined to quarters, pending investigation.
Well, screw that. Okay, so knowing that, I want to do a security sweep of my own room, checking for bugs, devices, calcite crystals.
Give me reason, security, difficulty 2.
Focus in tactics, how one would plant bugs. Kind of a stretch. All right. Kind of a slap job.
You can at least sense the basic sensors. Well, you can sense that there's sensors in the area, like the internal sensor grid. Whether there's extra listening devices or anything like that, you don't seem to detect them. I mean, you detect energy signatures, but quarters have those, like lights and power conduits.
Power
and
conduits,
like
replicator.
The gravity plates, that sort of stuff. Like there's energy signatures in rooms.
And I didn't find any weird calcat. Actually,
no,
I wouldn't know. I
did not
wouldn't quite know what a calcat signature looks like on a tricorder.
That's part of it too, but you would at least see it would be a weird spike on the tricorder. Like it wouldn't match with like duranium or plasma or something like that. You know that much.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be a rude person and try walking out the door.
The door gives a negatory sound. The sound it usually makes when it either can't do a thing or it won't do a
It
thing.
won't do a thing. Okay, I push the button to override.
You get a negative sound.
I
Usually-
knock.
There's no reply.
Yeah, I don't want to exasperate this situation by I blasting my way out. Yeah, I just need information. I go to the computer terminal and just log on onto the network. What basic information can I get?
The United Federation of Planets is a collection of species that
Okay, not
work
quite
together.
that, but not quite that
Starfleet is an
basic.
organization that is dedicated to the preservation of peace and order in the galaxy. Captain
What's
Landis
going on?
Ray is.
What's going on in the local system?
You are not authorized for that information.
What's going on around Earth?
You're not authorized to know that information.
Local news events.
It gives you weather reports, basically, like spatial anomalies, things to watch out for, that sort of thing. But it doesn't give anything specific. It's giving you like the general astral weather report, as it were, that Federation Central Navigation would put out to all spacers to let you know. Don't fly here; you might run into an ion storm.
So I'm locked out.
It would seem so. But it doesn't give you access denied. It just tells you, like, it doesn't give you that screen. It just tells you you're not authorized to know things. It's the sort of thing you would do to a civilian if you didn't want them poking around at stuff that they really shouldn't be poking around at. But you're trying not to offend them.
So fun. I've been bucked down to civilian status.
In essence.
Can I? Okay, so it's not even going to accept my command codes. Probably a stretch, but yeah, command codes aren't doing anything.
Command codes are invalidated, pending investigation.
I would like to speak to the captain of the station.
The captain has been informed of your request.
I would also like a lawyer. A JAG officer, or pending investigation.
Appointment with lawyer made.
And yeah, that was a creepy sound.
Give me insight engineering difficulty of 1.
Not my best score. Really not my best score.
I'll just take that as threat. You still succeed, though.
Yep.
You don't hear the hum of the engine. like starships, star bases, every Starfleet officer can you kind of hear the hum of like the plasma conduits and walls. Most people, it's a low hum, but it's the sound of a ship that's moving or active. You're not hearing anything. You're hearing like weird noises, but you're not hearing that plasma hum anywhere or the hum of engines anywhere near you. Or the thrum
Well,
of the ship moving around at warp or at near sublight speeds or
so I'm
near
still on.
passing light speeds.
I'm still on the station, but I'm also not sensing the station power conduits.
Well,
I'm not.
even stations have a hum to them. Like you, like as a experienced officer, you hear that. It's not quite. It's a different sound. It doesn't sound the same, but you could tell that you're on it. You'd hear a hum of something. Technically, if there's no hum, then there's no electricity, as it were. There's no power to anything. Plasma's not the quietest thing in the world. I mean, it's quiet, but it's not
Okay.
it's not whisper quiet.
I'm gonna double check my phaser. Or does it read operational, full charge, all that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I have control my token? It's not
You
my
should be.
layer.
It's on your layer. I just didn't give you control of it. One moment. I just didn't give you control of it. That's the only problem. Where are you? Leandris Ray. There.
There we go. Okay. Very carefully quick scan that there's nothing critical behind this bulkhead. And I'm gonna fire my phaser. Just cut into the wall.
Give me control security difficulty 0. We're just checking to make sure nothing weird happens with your phaser. We're more checking for complication than anything. Game momentum. Roll damage.
Type 2 phaser is base 2 plus security.
Yes. No, base 3 if it's type 2.
Base 3. Okay, so. Oh, that's why, because I updated my security a while ago. That doesn't seem right. What the heck am I firing? A freaking Sovereign class phaser array?
I mean, maybe you are.
You probably have the total damage for the weapon in
Yeah,
your
you do.
area.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it needs to be 3 down there, and then I just hit it. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. So I rolled a bunch of dice immediately, but the last one is the correct number.
You fire into the wall, and there's a black score mark in the wall. But it seems the bulkheads are rather resistant to phaser fire.
I know my phasers. I should have turned that up to be able to slice into the wall.
That's what Vicious would have been.
I have... Okay.
Deploying anissing gas. You can hear
Yeah,
hits coming in from the walls.
I had that coming.
You can still do something before the gas fills the room and you have to start doing checks.
Okay, phaser, set phaser to Vicious. I'm phasering the door.
Okay.
Blowing it off.
Give me control security difficulty 1.
As the nesting gas hits me a little too hard.
You fire into the adjoining wall. Give me fitness again.
You know what? I'm just gonna let that stand. I don't care. I just whiffed. I don't care.
Control myself. Sorry. Fitness, medicine, or security difficulty of 1.
Focus in composure or psionics.
I'll give you composure. Right now, it's the trace amounts that are starting to waft into the room. You're getting a little woozy, but you're able to stay awake. You get the feeling that the difficulty is going to increase the longer you're in here.
Of course it is. I'm gonna take the bed sheet, wrap around my face to try to buy myself some time.
Give me daring security difficulty 2.
Any focus in composure, cultural studies to tie it up correctly.
You could look pretty
Or
fashionable, but I'm looking more for survival. I'd take cultural studies at a complication. You might have heard of a
for-
culture that does this normally.
You know what? For my security, I'll take it. And also, I'm gonna. What was the difficulty?
2.
Buy an extra dice. Ice with momentum.
Okay.
Wow.
So you get the bed sheet, you wrap around your face, you layer it a couple times a bit. And actually, you even take the extra step to kind of quickly go over to the replicator and ask for water and kind of splash the front of it real quick. Actually, you don't have to go to the water. There's like a little sink that protrudes out when you approach it, and you kind of splash your mask a little bit to kind of help with it. However, that did take time. So fitness security difficulty 2. Sorry, you have advantage difficulty 1.
These rolls better get better really quickly, or I'm not gonna make it.
The mask is helping, but it isn't gas tight. It's just buying you time.
It's buy me time for another shot, and here's that other shot of control, security, focus in tactics. Oh, minor aim.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
You actually extend your arm and look down your arm like a sight.
I was cocky. I'm like, oh, it's just there. Like, no, come on. You're an officer. You know how to do this.
I'll just hip fire. I can hit a door. Dew. Apparently not.
Aim allows me to reroll. Is that what that is? Reroll 1 die. Okay.
Yep.
I'll also buy an extra dice with if momentum. Since I'm aiming stretched to focus on composure or tactics.
I'll give you composure at complication.
Worth it.
Famous last words. You hit the door and gain a momentum. You can reroll that 0 if you want.
Nope. I hit the door. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be greedy today. And cool. Break down the door.
Roll damage. That breaks the door. You phase the door, and it breaks at the seam. It kind of breaks open a bit, and you kind of burn a hole in.
And there's probably security waiting for me out there. Now I've pissed everyone off. What the? Where are the Romulans?
2 Romulan guards kind of turn, look in the door, and one of them shoots at you. Imagine from their perspective, what's he doing in there? Facing the wall? Well, that's not going to do anything. They try to face the wall again. Should we do anything? Nah, there's an instant gas. Don't worry about it. All right.
Face the door. What the hell?
Oh, okay. Oh, there he is. Well, we can just shoot him.
All right.
I mean, he does have a rifle after all.
Hey, you're burning threat. That's good. That's good.
Oh, I think I miss. He misses. He fires a disruptor, it whizzes by you and burns and makes a nasty mark into the wall behind you.
Minor action, take cover.
Whoop.
Just.
Or there. Yep, that works fine.
Yeah, that works. Spend
Go ahead.
momentum for a second minor action aim.
Okay. Just indicating color so we know who we're talking.
And who's the guy with the rifle?
Red.
I'll take a shot at red.
Okay. Difficulty in essence is 2 because you're at medium range now. Actually, since you're in this adjoining, no, that's still medium. It's still close enough. We'll call it.
Call it medium. Okay.
Yeah, because he's in the hallway. You're in the room, so you're not that far away. If you were like all the way in the sonic shower, I'd say you're.
Yeah, I don't think I can pull a focus and tactics since I'm just kind of firing from the hip at this point.
I'd give it to you at complication because you're trying to outguess when he's gonna peek out and stuff. But it's complication because you're not sure. You have too little information to form a proper tactical plan. This is tactics level fighting, so that's what I'm.
And also I'm trying to take out the larger threat first, that I can focus on the smaller threat. So
yeah,
tactically choosing the proper target. So okay, so with a focus with a complication. Hasn't helped me yet, but I hit.
Okay, roll damage.
Spend momentum to reroll that 4.
Okay.
Because screw that. There we go.
Down he goes as he collapses to the ground from your stun shot. Do you wish to swift task and shoot and do something else, or turn pass back to blue?
In order to swift task, I would have to burn a determination, wouldn't I?
That's one thing you could do, or you can give 2 threat.
If you had like 10 less threat, I would consider it. So he's right. So he's typing, trying to give me information. I think this is my first ground combat.
You get a question mark.
Fun. Yeah, 2 threat for a swift task.
All right. Difficulty. What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna throw this chair at the door just to startle him, and then I'm gonna duck into this closet here. Just change position and throw the chair enough to startle him, get him to back away from the door or something.
So you're gonna like poke out, throw this chair at him, and then jump back
not
in?
that chair. Throw this chair. Just charge. Throw this chair.
Okay. Okay, give me control security difficulty. I'll call it 3 because you're throwing a chair. It's not really meant for being hucked across a room like that, and it's kind of heavy.
Tactics in saying that I'm using this as a diversionary tactic to change my location so he doesn't quite have a beat of, oh, that's where he fired before. I'm gonna aim there. Wait, he's not there anymore. And there's a chair being thrown at me.
Sure, increase complication. Why not?
And I already spent a threat for a extra dice. This is stupid.
Oh, sorry, no, it's even harder. Diff 3 +1 because it's a swift.
Plus
Diff 4.
Plus 1 because it's swift. Okay.
1 because it's heavy and 1 because it's a swift task. You're trying to rush and do that. You shot and then immediately dove for the chair, and then you're trying to huck it.
You know what? Now's a good time as any. Instead, I'm going to do a determination spend. When you're down to your last move, go for the king.
I would not take it in this situation. That is at best a pawn.
Good point. There's always more to the story. I want to and I get out of here so I can figure out what's going on.
I'm not sure throwing a chair gives you more of the story.
Okay, fine. Just take 2 more or threat.
Sure.
I'm being threatening and ballsy at the moment, so
I will give you
You get-
that, yeah.
you get all the threat.
Sure. This is what happens when we split the party. You try to throw the chair. It kind of just tumbles into the ground a bit and gets falls short of the door.
Okay.
Unless you succeed at cost in the sense that it at least went that direction, so it's kind of in the way, but that's as far as it's getting, really. That chair was heavy.
That's fine.
Apparently, it's almost like people don't want you to throw chairs. I'll just black that out for now. That's not where it is anymore. It's now over here. It's a hazard of sorts. Well, and also the Blue will kind of peek out, look at the chair, look at you, and they're somewhat confused. They'll pick up the rifle from their friend. They'll aim at you. And they'll shoot, because why not? Ooh, you might have missed. Oh, wait, I get to reroll that one, because he aimed. That didn't help. Fires a disruptor, and it burns a hole into the wall.
Okay. I'm not going to be silly anymore. I'm just going to
Hold on.
aim and...
It's a new
Oh, shit.
round, and you're still in
Shoot.
the room. Fitness security, difficulty of... We'll say 1, because there is some of the gas is back out into the hall. But there's still some in the room where you are.
Focusing composure.
I'll give it to you, sure. Try not to have big panic breaths.
How's that going to work?
I'll take 2 threat. Yeah, you managed to keep your breath under control, but you get the feeling that this firefight's probably drawing a lot of attention the longer it goes on. And every time phaser disruptor fires, well, heck, any starship registers automatically when someone fires an energy weapon aboard. So the entire security department's probably fully aware of this room right now.
Yep.
Turn goes to you though.
Alright. Minor, aim, fire. Stop trying to be cute about this.
Control security diff 2.
I don't have any focuses. Threat or extra dice.
Okay.
And minor aim, so I have to reroll. Reroll 1, please work.
You burn a hole into the wall. So you scorch the wall.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I got.
He aims. He's a little more careful about his aim. And fires. Gain a threat. And that unfortunately has the vicious 1 automatically. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. Oh, you get cover. So roll 2 challenge dice.
Not sure if that's gonna help much.
You take 8 instead of 9. You're looking at an injury, unless you give me 2 threat, or well, that's all you can do at the moment because you don't have determination. Unless you're challenged, but otherwise you're going down to a non-lethal injury.
2 threat.
Okay. That was the second round. Give me fitness security difficulty of 2. They have to make a check because the nicotine gas is leaking out into the hall. I'm going to spend a threat for this roll. He made it. You made it. Turn goes back to you as the gas is starting to fill the room to the point that it's spilling out to the hall. You can actually hear the Romulan outside coughing a little bit, but you can, when you peek out, you can see he's still standing.
Control L security, minor aim.
Yeah, diff 2.
Threat for an extra dice.
Sure.
This isn't going to backfire at all.
That's a hit. Would you like to reroll that 0?
Nope.
Would you like to reroll those misses?
Yes. So that's just one threat?
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's loose enough to get him down.
Yep. He falls over. Done.
And I'm charging out the door.
As the alarms continue to blare. As we check in with a different ship, which is somehow in less trouble than its, well, I would say their captain, but Jackson and Ryan.
Yes,
Don't kill us.
please.
Oops. As you're traveling and entering into Federation space, what are you two doing at the moment?
Does this ship have a science web?
Of a sort. It's the armory, but it has the science equipment in it.
Hypothetically, would I be able to make a resonance pulse in the science web?
No, because they don't have the gear in here. You actually need the resonator itself to do it. You could, in theory, and even then, to resonate throughout the ship, you would need access to the deflector dish to magnify it. Like, you could replicate the actual thing if it's in their computer, and then you'd have to hook it up to the deflector dish equivalent, and then have it pulse throughout the ship.
How long would that take?
Half hour to an hour, maybe. Assuming nothing slows you down. Assuming nothing. That's just assuming nothing gets in your way.
Does the ship have a resonator in its database?
Lieutenant Jackson, what are you looking up?
Oh, I'm just doing some research.
Oh, what on?
Resonance pulses and their causality for causing random events in our universe.
I see. That research is classified at the moment until you can prove your loyalty to the Grand Admiralty.
Well, didn't we already take care of one of your disloyal crews?
Say that again?
Didn't we take care of one of your disloyal crews?
You did. That is why, at the moment, you have not been executed for stealing a ship. In fact, you are going to be likely rewarded by the Klingon Admiral. General.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. I will stop looking into that.
Your loyalty is appreciated.
Computer, state the nature of emergency.
Disloyal activity in engineering. Evacuating air.
What?
Please not enter
What?
the engineering bay.
Computer,
Uh.
explain.
Lieutenant Commander Bane has committed a disloyal act and has being punished as according to Klingon law.
But he's not a member of the Klingon Empire.
He is subject to it via the Tripolity Unification of Laws Act, as
Oh.
this is a Klingon loaned ship.
Yes, but it's in command of Federation crew at the moment. What I've heard that.
Computer,
Alright.
you've done an excellent job at. I'm amazed at your internal sensors. Commander Bane was just merely testing your resolve. Well done.
Presence Command Difficulty 2.
Can I assist?
Yes.
Deception for a focus.
Yes.
Take a threat. So
Would you accept the focus in diplomacy? That's a stretch.
I take it a complication.
For everything or just me?
Just you.
Nope, never mind. That's a 1. Oh wait, I don't even need it. Oh, mine just. Oh. That would not hit. That actually would have hit. I rolled fitness. Accident.
Oh, okay. So you get another momentum. Restoring life support to engineering.
well done. Excellent.
Subjecting
performance.
officer to Federation law. Warning. Prisoner is in medical distress in the engineering bay. Please attend to the injured prisoner.
Of course. Just head over to engineering bay.
Yeah, I down there as well.
Yeah, the two of you kind of walk in roughly the same time, and the doors open. You don't see Jackson Jackson. You don't see Bane right away.
Computer. Location of Bane.
Lieutenant Commander Bane is on the second level, section B.
I guess
And
I'll
you
head
see
up
little
there.
lights start blinking along the panels to indicate what direction to go.
Guess I'll head there.
Head up there.
You see Bane lying unconscious on what looks to be a catwalk. When you get up there, which, well, this whole upper section is just a catwalk that goes all the way around the central core. And actually, I'll actually note to you that you can't see the core properly. Like, normally you'd see the blue glow to give you, like, and it's meant as a. Does either of you have engineering of at least 2?
No.
No.
Inside engineering difficulty 1. Never mind.
I can probably do that.
Roll an 11.
Yeah, me too.
Doesn't matter. You can go. All
You
you.
assist me? Yeah. I guess I'll go. Oh, sweet.
You gained a momentum, thankfully. It does occur to you that it is weird to. Well, not only is it just weird, it's unsafe to not be able to see the glow of the reaction, because that glow is an indicator. It's a diagnostic tool in a way. So you can't. Because usually you can tell things. Engineers can tell things like is containment being lost? Is the coloration wrong? Is it resonating incorrectly? Is it even powered properly? Is it going to the upper and lower channels? There's a reason you're supposed to see the reaction to a degree. You don't need to see the crystals themselves, but you do need to see the actual reactor. This thing is shielded, like it has it looks like it has a duranium sleeve that hides the reaction process, and that is so not okay. And even Klingons don't do that. They might armor it, like put a lattice to kind of make it harder to shoot, but you'd still see it. Like they'd still want to be able to see the reaction to make sure everything's all right. It being completely blinded like this is dangerous.
Computer, why is this code? I think it's supposed to be like that. Do you think we want to do that?
For the protection of classified material.
Okay, potion asks what's classified.
Say again?
I said a potion asks what's classified about the reactor.
Dr. Ryan, give me reason medicine difficulty 2.
Take a threat.
How much? Sorry?
Take a threat.
A threat. Whoops, I was about to give it to Ray. That would have done me nothing.
Reroll on the complication.
There you go. It would seem that Lieutenant Commander Bain was subjected to a vacuum for a short while and is unconscious.
I'm going to inject trioxin and try to stabilize his readings and to make sure. For a momentum, does it seem that like he has had what's the term? Essentially, like the blood vessels like kind of expanded burst.
Are you talking about like the bends or something? Or not?
Kinda.
Not that. The blood vessel
Decompression
burst.
sickness?
Yeah, no, it's blood vessel burst is what it is. It just because of vacuum.
It would seem so.
I'm going to stabilize him best I can and then move him to sickbay.
Give me daring medicine difficulty 1 to prevent him from dying.
Emergency medicine for a focus.
Yes.
Take a threat.
Well, for 2 plus 2 more float.
To float, could I say the computer replicates a sled?
Yeah, it just does it automatically for you, apparently. You actually see this like kind of guy is guided over.
It's totally not creepy. Jackson, I need your help here to.
Yep, I can do that.
Bowman.
I can do that.
Yeah, we get him on the sled and then take him to sickbay.
As you step into sickbay,
What now? Computer, state of emergency.
2 non-tripolity Starfleet vessels are approaching our area. It is possible that they have detected us through the cloak. Advise coming to the bridge.
Identify vessels.
Searching ship registry. USS Phalanx and USS Ardennes.
Class. What are the classes?
Computer, alter course.
I'm gonna whisper to Ryan. I've got an idea. Go along with it. Computer, disarm torpedoes and eject torpedoes. Disarm calculates
may not-
torpedoes.
They may not have detected us yet. This could just be a random encounter.
Yes. It's prepare to disarm and eject torpedoes. Deactivate torpedoes.
Unfortunately, I'm not authorized to get rid of highly classified material.
Computer, if we're just two people on the starship with minimal combat experience, I highly doubt that if those ships detected us, we'd be able to take them on. So by deactivating the torpedoes and ejecting them, there'd be less risk of them falling into enemy hands.
It is better to die for the tripology than to fail before the enemy.
Yes. But
Article
if we die-
23.
If we die, then our technologies can be salvaged by the enemies. It's best to leave.
Do not worry, I would destroy the ship along with you.
Jackson, I think
Yeah.
this line of question is futile. They may not have
It is
detected
being
us
estimated
yet.
that this vessel is unable to defend itself. Activating self-destruct sequence.
No,
No,
computer, computer,
don't do that.
alter course. 0 Mark 3 back towards Klingon space.
Give me presence command difficulty 2. It's really convinced that you're going to lose this fight. I mean, Jackson made a really good argument. They're probably going to lose. I mean, you're two untrained people. What are you going to do?
3 momentum.
Can I assist
Persuasion
by
for
by-
focus.
Sure.
Can I assist by rebuffing my argument?
Yes. Oh, no, we're just giving you ideas was all. I was just floating a balloon. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. I gained 2 momentum. Setting course. Fleeing from current area. Ships identified as Miranda class in Nebula class.
Vector of both vessels.
Vessels are not pursuing.
Computer, nearest habitable planet? Uncolonized habitable planet.
Standby. Searching. Searching. World identified in the Balduk sector. Usnal 7. Currently not colonized.
Ryan, I have an idea. If we put the ship down on that planet for a few days, or maybe hours, it'll give the ship a chance to power off, and lower our chances of being pursued.
We're currently not being pursued. Jackson, the vessels are.
It will lower our chances of being pursued.
Please note, this ship is on orders to return to Narendra Station to report to the fleet.
Are we supposed to be there undetected?
Ideally, yes. Destruction of the enemy is permitted if required. But it is advised not to do so given your lack of combat experience.
Well, if we put down on a planet, it'll lower our chances of being detected.
Please note, if this was a Klingon ship, you would be executed for cowardice. Be thankful that we're on Federation law systems now.
Oh.
I am thankful.
Computer, when we're at a safe distance away from the 2 patrol vessels, resume course to Narendra.
Plotting course. Course plotted. No, maybe it's not. Course plotted.
Oh, great. Actually, that might be great.
Now outside sensor range of Federation vessels. Oh, sorry, it would say Starfleet vessels. My bad.
Computer, what's the status of the Tripolity leadership? Have they been notified of our loyalty?
The General Adjutant of Narendra Station has been notified. Message has also been sent due to this change of laws to the Grand Admiral. Can send report to Grand Petor as well, since at this point, 2 of the 3 of the Tripolity have been informed.
Understood.
Actually, it's not Grand Pretor. The GM has lied to you. It would say the right thing. The Romulan equivalent of Admiral. I forget what it is.
It's Admiral.
Is it Admiral? Oh, Grand Admiral, never mind. Made it harder for myself than I needed to.
Praetor
they
is
do.
the like emperor type level.
Yeah, like it follows the Roman. So maybe if you're like, it's a huge situation, maybe there's like a console, but I imagine there's only one of those in the field at a time. So it's probably like Admiral, Grand Admiral, along those lines.
Computer status of.
They wouldn't say that. Go ahead.
Did I get like the idea that the computer said a actual Romulan rank?
Yeah.
Computer status of Admiral Azalon.
Processing. New mission directive. Narendra Station has been attacked by pirates and traitors. Eliminate all threats at Narendra Station.
Computer, I asked a question. What's the status of Admiral Azalon?
Admiral Azalon is currently in the field of battle. Further information not available. Currently in defense of Narendra Station.
Who's attacking
Processing.
Narendra Station?
Traitor leader identified as Lord Roland Starex.
Shrugs like, who?
Actually gives you a picture, his height. Gives you little advantages on how best to, what organs to aim at first.
The General Beta Edmonds?
Clothes.
What's his captain's affiliation?
The Lord Captain is one of the fleet captains of the Tripolity.
Then why is he attacking Narendra Station?
He is a traitor.
Can you be a little bit more specific? If that's possible.
It would appear that Lord Captain Starex did not inform Central Computer of his intentions. However, his actions of opening fire upon Narendra Station and Tripolity vessels indicates his disloyalty.
Computer, didn't you close off your Central Computer from activity over near one of the substations within Alpha Quadrant due to some sort of virus?
Affirmative.
Could the tripolity be compromised?
Could this Captain Starks be the true tripolity? And must the tripolity have been affected by this virus?
Tripolity is a triumvirate of powers aligned for the common good of the galaxy. There is no one leader of the entire tripolity. As the other two admirals have not a proper change of authority, it is currently indicated by the current system that Lord Captain Starks is a traitor, as Aslan has not rescinded her authority. Members of the Grand Admiralty. Possibility of infiltration and compromise of the tripolity is high, given current strategic information.
Then perhaps we should wait this out a little bit for information before we head in guns blazing.
Order.
Given our current status and limited supplies aboard manpower, I highly suggested, computer, that maybe we should remain in stealth mode and beam over a team to investigate.
Yes.
And
Concur.
perhaps
That does seem to be the best use of assets that are available.
computer, estimate time for Lieutenant Commander Bain to recover.
Unknown. It would appear that the Klingon system and database is not fully equipped with Trill biology. Currently working off of Klingon and Romulan databases. Currently putting Lieutenant Commander Bain into stasis for further study until a treatment plan can be.
Computer, be advised, what is the minimum level of detection on... Sorry, let me phrase that. Computer, I would like to engage stealth mode. I'd like to deactivate all photon torpedoes. Lower our risk of detection since we're going into a battlefield and trying to infiltrate the Ranger Station.
Perhaps phaser banks as well. I think I read what's being detect phasers stay at full charge.
Powering down non-essential systems. Unloading torpedoes. Weapon system deactivated.
Perhaps computer, perhaps swing yourself into a low power mode to reduce our power output as far as possible.
Processing. To reduce power further would require deactivation of communication systems and limitation of life support to only decks that you are and rooms you are currently present in.
I would think that's a good idea. Ryan? Ryan.
Deactivate the communication systems.
Communication systems deactivated.
It's a small ship. Jackson, I don't think we wanted to reduce our livable space any further.
It's only like 3 decks. Yep, you got a point. But I just reduced my own point by saying it was only 3 decks.
Estimated time to arrival to Narendra Station.
Calculating. At current reduced speed due to new course, 10 days. Can increase speed if going at full speed to warp 9.9 would take 2 days.
Increase speed to maximum warp once we exit the runway or clean on border.
And reduce speed back to normal once we enter a sensor range, maybe?
Approximating 3 days.
Better than 10.
Concur. Readjusting course. Course readjusted.
And I probably would give you that, Captain. You have honor saying engage.
I think it already did it.
Oh. That's boring.
Be advised, meals have been served in the mess hall. Can transport to current location if you wish to eat while you work.
I think I'll take... I've been liking Klingon emergency rations, so I'll get one of those.
Do you grab yourself an emergency ration to munch
Yes.
on? Okay.
Yep.
It's full of protein and kind of crunchy. Hard on the teeth, but hey. It's probably good for you.
She's just gonna keep an eye on Bane.
Captain, I just remembered something. That, going max warp uses, the prototype reactor.
Crap.
Anyway, you warp 9 without using it? Just not 9-9?
Computer, reduce speed to warp 9.
Estimated time 10 days.
Estimate on insurgent activity within the period of 10 days.
Processing. On what topic would you like to be informed?
Estimated time of possibility of Lord Starx taking over Narendra Station and leadership of the Tripolity assassinated.
Approximately between 2 to 5 days. Given that Lord Captain Stark also has a small fleet of disloyal traders. Station systems will hinder as much as possible. However, it is currently believed that a hostile agent of Starfleet has managed to gain control of central computer.
Computer estimate. Calculate fractures if we use a prototype reactor.
Fuel usage at current configuration, it would take at least 25% of current supply to cover distance plotted.
I don't want to. Ryan, this one's up to you. I don't want to do it. It's up to you.
Estimated times you get out of Klingon space.
At current speed, 6 days.
Then another 4 to Narendra.
Suggestion.
Go ahead, computer.
Stand by. Verifying. Verification complete. The General Felket's personal armada is currently stationed at Clackdell Brecht as part of the Baku Restoration Project. Advise rejoining with fleet and engaging with Narendra Station as part of fleet.
To uncover this such research and covert operations that are happening. They might go on the ground as a fleet tax. Ryan, as much as I don't like it, I think we have to use reactor. I hate it, but there's still a chance, I think.
Computer, engage experimental reactor. Get us to Narendra Station as fast as possible.
Noted. Estimated time, 2 days. Enjoy your meal.
I will pass on my meal. Thank you, computer.
And before we leave you two, both of you, give me fitness medicine difficulty 2. As you both begin to hear reverberating even in your dreams for the next couple days, screaming. Endless screaming.
Neural psychology, psychiatry.
Sure.
I think I can roll for you, Jackson.
I
With
could
Just
control.
doses you up and talks to you about it.
Yeah.
I actually have a decently okay fitness medicine, so
Might be able to top it out on his own.
I have a 11. I could get a focus if I wanted it.
I mean, I'm
It's true.
rolling 13.
You do it. You do it.
Well, but if I roll control medicine, which I can technically do,
You could, yeah.
that's a 15. But I'll go first with the fitness medicine. That's okay. 1 threat, 2 momentum.
1 threat. 2 momentum, you monster.
I know. I'm going to reroll one of the zeros.
Oh.
Uh,
You said difficulty 2, right?
yep. So you got 3 momentum back.
And I'm going to do my best to coach Jackson and some pharmaceuticals to get him through this. Neuropsychology and psychiatry for focus.
Yeah.
One threat, 2 momentum.
I don't think you need it.
You know what?
Can you use that to float? The advantage we didn't use as much fuel.
Um,
Well, it has to be related to how you guys are dealing with.
Yeah, I know. It was a stretch.
You can even ask questions, I suppose.
I don't really think I even want to know. To be honest. I can already have a pretty vivid imagination of what's going on, and it's terrifying.
Use it to tune up our psionic shields. Eva, maybe you give me some insights about how it does it, so we can tune up our shields.
I can tell you for free, it isn't attacking you guys. This is a natural process of the secondary reactor working.
If we don't think this is wrong, we just messed up.
It's like literally we're hearing, people dying as it's running. This is horrible in so many ways. All right, it's all kinds of bad.
Let's just remember this next time we need to use moral superiority against somebody. Because that's not a valid tactic anymore.
You don't know about this. You don't know about this.
But you do.
Oh! And it's not Magnus I'm afraid y'all would use moral superiority against.
Oh, you both gain the trait, the cow can't remember you.
Oh God.
Oh, no.
You can put in bracket R next to it, because someone else has that, and I need to remember that there's a difference. Oops, wrong button. We'll cut to elsewhere where less terrible things are happening. So, Magnus,
Yep.
you're trying to get your belt of magic to work, as it were. I'm going to ask you for, we're going to call this daring engineering, difficulty 1, to make sure that it's not like completely bricked and having to be repaired from the bottom up. You might be able to find a backup system you set up.
What was the roll?
Daring engineering, difficulty 1. Oh, 1 less momentum, by the way, because new scene.
Take it through it.
Sure. Not like I have enough of that.
Hollow engineering?
Yep. They got that momentum back.
I actually got more than that back. You said it was difficulty 1.
Yeah. For 2, you can just have it repaired, honestly.
Yeah.
You have 1 float if you want to ask any questions. or try to pay towards some other advantage, but I can't think of anything myself.
One to download to a pad and be able to look over what the hologram's plan was.
Oh, sure. So the plan was they would beam in, you would say they're here, like it asked you, and then it would suddenly appear with all the crew, and then it would subdue them. It was waiting for you to tell it that you were ready for it to go. But since you started attacking on its own, it just kind of waited and assumed that you had some other plan because you're the superior officer in this arrangement. Like, oh well, I'm not gonna tell the superior officer what to do. If he wants to fight them off by himself, okay.
I like
It worked.
I like hold the belt out and activate it. And did I end up basing this largely off of one person, or did I base it off of several people? When I did the command stuff.
You base it off of to be a little more flexible. You base it off of multiple people, so that way you didn't have a personality clash between the base AI in the hologram and the new information. So you basically gave it a book to refer to.
Okay. When it beams up, I look at it and I say, EMH, come to attention.
It comes to attention.
Now, I am very disappointed in your performance. You nearly let my ship get captured.
But it didn't get captured, sir.
Thanks to my heroics. Could you please repair my ship, EMH?
Looks around. Well.
Oh,
sir,
hold
I
on.
would require...
I'll work. Let me do that, and I'll try to give him some of my engineering knowledge.
Give me insight engineering difficulty.
I didn't catch the difficulty.
1.
Take a threat.
Sure. Oh, I had the thing over here. Whoops. I was like, geez, I should put this on the GM layer so it'd be easier to find. And it's like over there on the other side of the sheet. Oh, there it is.
Since I'm doing some reprogramming and testing a theory, and theory into practice don't follow scenes, they follow adventures. Can I use those?
I'm actually checking against how difficult the repairs are. Like, you might know this off the top of your...
Oh, okay. For bold.
Okay. The amount of damage has been done to the bridge. The problem is as well with that amount of damage, this ship's emitters are probably damaged on this deck, so it can't get here. This thing can because it's here, because it has the belt to move around, but it can't project more of itself. So you either need to get to a dock to get like other people to help you, or you need to do it yourself with the help of your friendly EMH.
How long do I think it would take me and him to repair all this damage? Knowing that I can still like have the other EMHs on the rest of the ship like fabricating stuff, I just can't have them installing things.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, 5 hours. Because you have a bunch of people fabricating and moving it into the turbolift, lifting it up, and what's making it harder is just because it's the tail end of it. But it's doable in a day. Because it's nothing like it's not like vital stuff that needs repair. It's like repairing panels, reinstalling emitters, and stuff like that. You might be able to do it faster, but that worst case scenario should only really take you 5 hours.
I think that I'll work with the EMH and try to fix the hollow emitters. That way we can maybe shave some time off the end of that.
Give me control engineering. We'll call this difficulty of 3.
Hollow engineering.
I'll give it to you since that's what you're repairing. Like you're repairing the actual emitters themselves.
Take 3 threat. Oh wait, I have momentum. Why am I spending all this threat?
I don't know. Make
Take
me feel better.
1 threat and 2 momentum. You said difficulty was 3.
Yep. So you gain 2 momentum back.
2 momentum to say that there were a couple of crates of hollow emitters because they were repairing and installing them in the ship. So it takes me a lot less time.
Sure. However,
They were defective.
oh no.
Okay.
Two people beam onto the bridge. They look like Orions who look very angry with you, and they look like they want to shoot you.
I turn to the EMH and I say, Captain, activate your plan now.
Which plan was that? You'll have to give it presence command difficulty 2 to get it to. It's kind of an engineering mode, and the hologram's AI is a little confused.
I have a better chance of besting these Orions in hand-to-hand combat than I do of convincing this EMH that he's doing the wrong thing. What was the difficulty?
2.
Take all my momentum into threat. I'm rolling an 8 here. Oh, just made it. And I spent all my momentum to do that, so I can't squash the complication. Yeah, it just has to stand. I don't have anything to reroll that with. If I had a captain who could make presence command rolls for me, that would be convenient, but he's off being captured.
Deactivating safety protocols. And you see a bunch of EMHs appear. The Orions kind of freeze, like, what in the... All of them draw type 1 phasers and blast the 2 Orions into unconsciousness. They actually keep shooting while they're down, too. They seem to be still shooting.
EMH, that's enough. You can deactivate them or return them to engineering protocols. You know what, EMH? I am willing to overlook your previous failures for that success, but I will need you to heal all of them and lock them up in the brig.
Very well.
I point to one of the random EMHs. He looks like he can do that. And I'm assuming since this is mostly a medical task, this won't be too difficult for them, even though they're not the main EMH.
Well, one hopes. Let's see how well they do. Would you like to give them any threat to give them extra dice?
What's the roll?
It is a surprise now.
Because I don't know what their stats are.
Basically these guys act as NPC crew now. They don't have his stats anymore, so they're looking at 11 with focus.
Oh, you're gonna roll for the ship.
Yeah.
Oh, the ship's medical's probably not that great. What's the ship stats?
It's ship stats using
did you
computers
did
plus
you make
medicine
a-
would be 10.
Yeah, give him a threat.
That good?
Is what good?
Is that good to roll?
Yeah.
Well, never mind on that second one. They whiffed. They do their best, but your XO tells you it would appear that the medical database of this ship is lacking, and its understanding of Orion physiology seems to be limited.
So, since none of them took lethal injuries, that just means they remain knocked out. Like, they're not gonna die, are they?
The two you incapacitated, no. The two over there seem to have severe phaser burns. It appears my security protocol was overzealous. I believe they're dying at the moment.
All right, go take care of them. You can halt construction.
He wanders over, gets a med kit from one of them, and starts attending to the two who are dying. The EMH actually has stats that you would see on a sheet, because he has those stats in there. He's looking at daring medicine, so 13, diff 1 with emergency medicine focus. Should you spend more threat, or is he good as he is?
I mean, a diff 1, and he is a 13 with a focus. I'm gonna say no. Oh, I will take your role because you're the GM.
Sure. I didn't know you found him, so. So yeah. He's able to at least keep the green and purple here from dying. The other two are just knocked out. They'll wake up eventually.
Would you mind getting them away from here, please?
Oh, certainly. And they are dragged off the bridge. Unceremoniously.
Captain, now that you have no obstructions, how long till my bridge is repaired? Or your bridge is repaired?
Worst case, about 2 hours. With their help, which probably take only 1.
Okay. Well, you do that. I am going to... before I say it, Jim, do I think it's possible or reasonable to install hollow emitters in the peregrines?
You would need a dry dock to do that safely.
Okay.
They're just so small. Like it's so crowded that there's cockpit space and that's it. And in fact, off the top of your head, peregrines, unless they have a troop modification of some kind over there, those things are probably empty right now. That was probably the entire complement of what they had. Those 4 people.
Never mind, Captain. Let's bring those peregrines under tow. We might need them.
Activating tractor beam. They'd actually more like this because they need to be close range, like that. There we go.
Then I guess I'll help finish fixing the bridge.
And we'll come back to you in a moment as the new scene starts. Someone else is causing no problems of any kind and is in no way in danger.
Nope, I'm being good.
Unlike some people.
I'm loyal.
Well,
I say as I start a firefight on a starbase.
oh, here's some characters we haven't seen in a while. You've stepped out into a passageway. There are 2 unconscious Romulans on the ground.
Awesome. I need to find a Jeffries tube.
Give me Insight Con difficulty of 1. To find one before security finds you.
This is gonna be annoying, but focus on tactics.
I'll actually get that to you.
All right.
Give you a momentum. You find a Jeffries tube. And what you see on the door is not the registry number of the starbase. This actually looks to be a star. It looks to be a like starship design.
But I don't hear the hum of the engines, implying that we're not at warp, or the engines aren't active at all, so they're not even idling.
Is NCC 26286B.
Quick con check to see if I recognize it.
Sure. Insight Con difficulty 1.
I don't think I have any focuses.
Be like
Tactics,
starship
law,
recognition.
starship recognition. No.
You got a momentum. That's the Artemis.
I should know this.
Hilarious, you could have looked it up because your sheet's still open. But I was going to let you roll for it. Why not? The way to get
Okay.
momentum. It's just then when you make that realization that you can hear the hum of the engines.
Okay, what the hell are Romulans doing on my ship? Still going into the Jeffries tube.
Okay. You're in the Jeffries tube.
Knowing my knowledge of the Artemis, I'm gonna make my way to the communication array. Because that seems the tactical thing to do. I'm in trouble. I have knowledge of an impending conspiracy in the Federation. I need to get to the communication array to let someone else know. Because I can't exactly go Rambo on this.
It's true. Insight Con difficulty 2 because you're trying to avoid security. You're trying to find the best way to get there that doesn't take you through anywhere that you know counter security teams would go.
Focus and tactics.
Sure. Uh-oh.
Oof. All right, give it to me. Give me your worst.
Really? Okay. You step out to a hallway. You're about to move into another Jeffries tube. And you are flanked by 2 different Klingons on either side of the hallway.
Friendly pro tip: if you don't mind going the route of some other crew members and lethally murdering these people, lethal would be the way to go. I
Beating them?
will have you note that it could be by the end of this episode, I'm the only player who didn't kill somebody.
Here's a bad plan. I didn't want to do it.
Oh no. Why'd you spend threat?
Oh, because, actually, to be fair, it cost me for both. They both have batleths. And they look really happy to
you
see
only
you.
pay the escalation once.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Fine, be fair.
Although, since I have it anyway, they look really skilled with those batleths. Like they've fought a few times. They seem to be veterans in the Klingon service.
And I'm sitting here with my little Bernie stick.
I mean, that's what you can call a phaser, yes.
I might be able to take out one if I had terrain and distance, not 2. So, I'm gonna surrender and hands up, phaser down, out on the floor, surrender and say, okay, you got me. Let me speak to your commander.
How dishonorable to surrender like that in the face of the enemy.
I'm clearly outmatched. This wouldn't be an honorable fight.
I mean, it would be a glorious fight to the death.
More glorious as to speak to the commander.
Who knew Trill were such cowards? And one of them decks you in the face.
Dodge
Oh, opposed, sure.
during security.
Yeah.
Focus in cultural studies. I know how Klingons would fight.
I'll give it to you a complication +2. That's such a stretch.
Or I could go tactics, but I feel like I'm abusing the focus.
I'll give you tactics at a complication of 1.
Okay, that's better.
That one I believe more.
All right. Well,
Oh god. So I gained 4 threat. And since he's just punching you, uh, 5 stress, non-lethal. And he's about to knock you out. And actually, with those, because it's an unarmed attack, he's knocking you down unless you spend, I think it's like 2 threat to not be knocked over. 5. Because of the effects. Oh, it's because it's more than one effect. Oh.
okay. Okay, so I was gonna. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just hit the floor because I don't want to fight. I want to speak to your manager. Don't make me go Karen.
They knock you out. What they do with you, we'll have to find out in a little bit. Oh dear. This isn't good. This is all kinds of bad. Everything's fine here, everybody. Don't worry. No one's gonna die. It would seem you are a few days have passed and you have left Klingon space and are approached to Narinda Station. Should be arriving within the day. Approaching Narinda Station. Be advised. Approaching Narinda Station.
Computer status of Narendra Station.
Narinda Station appears inactive.
For support.
Jackson, if you don't mind doing a scan.
Maybe we shouldn't. That might give away our position. There might be enemies walking nearby. Passive sensors only is what I suggest. And I don't think we can get much with those.
That's what we're getting now.
Any subspace signals going out? Please turn on
That's
the
a question.
receiver. Like, just listening in.
Stand by. Scanning. Searching for encrypted subspace messages. Searching background radiation. Processing. Is there anything the two of you do while it seems to be scanning? It seems to be doing rather in.
I will look at passive sensors intensely.
Insight science. Difficulty of 2.
Astrophysics focus?
Sure. And it would seem that there is debris of ships in the area. Very small amounts of a variety of ships: Romulan, Klingon, Starfleet. And you can actually detect there are various energy signatures at the station, but it doesn't seem to be coming from any of the main power conduits or the reactor.
Weapons fire they can detect?
On the station, none.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Within the station, like on the hull, no, but it looks like passive actually seems to detect, since there's no shields, it kind of catches that there are some residual energy discharges that have occurred inside, whether that's plasma fire or weapons fire. It's hard to tell on passive, but you can tell that there's other things in the area that would be like, that could be something.
Are there any distinct places where there isn't anything like that?
The upper decks were no, even there. Pretty much everywhere across the ship. Except, the penal decks, where you would store ships that are being on lockdown or being under heavy inspection, biohazard ships, that sort of thing.
Okay, so we don't want to go there. Are there any areas like cargo bays?
It looks like it's been all across the ship, the station.
Okay. Ryan.
Whatever it could be.
Ryan, there's a bunch of ships out there, and there are energy signatures all across that station, except the penal decks. Either we go to where one of those energy signatures are, or we beam to the penal decks, and I put my money on energy signatures.
A combat has been detected in station operations. Tripolity Starfleet issue.
Did you turn on the sensors computers? Computer?
Com badges give off residual alerts to indicate if they are in distress, or to indicate their location to friendly forces.
Can you identify who?
Com badge corresponds to Lord Captain Starex. Possibility of traitor is high. Eliminate traitor.
Computer, are we picking up any subspace signals from the other vessels in the area?
There are no other vessels in the area.
If I detected some.
You detected debris of ships.
Oh,
like
I missed that
hull
part.
plates and stuff.
I missed that part. I think.
I suggest we go to active scanning.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, I pressed the big red button to turn on the sensors. Oh,
Yeah, your sensor station activates.
do you need to do anything to see if I can see anything?
Say again?
Do you want me to do another roll to see if I can find anything?
Sure. Reason science difficulty 1. The ship helps
We're testing
with
if you
sensors science.
we're testing if you can do this for you. Because I've already I already looked at sensors to take off of the data from passive sensors.
Certainly.
I'm assuming astrophysics would apply here as a focus.
It does not in this case.
Ah, okay.
No, actually, I'll take it. I know why it is. Right, well, now for certain you know where you see him.
Oops, I want to.
Gained 3 momentum. It would seem that the ships in the area were not destroyed by weapons fire per se. They were damaged or scorch marks and stuff. But it looks like they were. Imagine if you take a cup and you take it to a replicator, and then you put it into be recycled. It kind of does this transporter thing where it's transport technology where it basically dematerializes and recycles the material. Well, imagine if you took that same cup and you did that to like bits and pieces of it, and then you took the cup back out again.
Oh.
It's like these ships were consumed in a random way. The station looks like there was phaser fire and disruptor fire all across the station. At the moment, you do detect that there is a very faint signature in the upper decks where there is a small gathering of people.
Ryan, we are
Uh,
trying to have their ships. They were peacefully beamed out. I suggest we beam to the bridge. Oh, upper decks.
Is there any other life signs aboard the station?
Aubrey? I'll use my free question for that. There are about 86 other life forms aboard. Are they scattered around, just located in some regions?
yeah, in groups of no more than 4 or 6, just all across the station. Actually, I'll even mark exactly where those groups are.
Are there any down in like the penal sections? Lower decks?
Yes.
What sort of life forms are on the station? Like species.
For a memento, I'll answer that.
Sure.
Did you?
It would be seem to be a mixture of Federation species, Romulans, and there also does seem to be some Calcat crystals as well, of the red-black variety.
Any regions those crystals are fixed around? Or just randomly?
Mainly around the EPS systems.
Okay, so they should, in air quotes, be there.
Computer, is there any active starships that do not have Calcat crystals on them in the area?
Actually, they would be. Affirmative.
Is there any life signs on them?
Affirmative.
Can you identify that ship? Or ships?
Ship is USS Tiananmen.
Class? Allegiance?
Akira class, Tripolity, Starfleet. Not that big. Ooh.
Computer, I want you to put all sensor data that you've gathered and put this on my pad.
Information uploaded.
Okay, fine. Should we beam to the station?
S- Station would probably be our best bet.
Yeah. I would suggest the upper levels.
Agreed. Hate to leave Commander Bane though alone.
We could take him. No, we couldn't take him with us. Maybe we should assess the condition of the station, then beam him to the station.
Perhaps maybe you should remain here on the ship, and I'll beam over to assess the area.
Okay, if you need any help, I'd be willing to help you. Yes.
Right now, stealth is the key. So
Yep. Maybe take a boarding shaft. A transporters might be detected, but maybe boarding shaft would not be a good idea. Yeah, probably too.
they're probably detected on sensors.
Yes.
Computer, is there a airlock on the outside of the station?
Affirmative.
Bring us in closer. I'll EVA over. And she's going to put on an
Actually, it'd be
EVA
point.
suit. And I'm going to do an EVA walk, which is so stupid, but Jackson, I want you to monitor my location at all times while I'm on the station and help guide me through to make sure I'm not ambushed.
I will be your Overwatch then.
We are being hailed.
By who?
By who?
Lord Captain Starex.
Fine. Maybe we should take us on a ship. Maybe
We're
take it once you're outside.
already too close to the station. On screen.
I'll just put this here to indicate that he's on screen effectively. With a little marker. Oop.
One second.
Sure.
I need to ask the GM a question.
Man, I forget this guy's name now. I remember the ship had a once upon a time, and then someone murdered them.
Do we want to look over the list of recently murdered Klingons?
The
Seems to be
honor
growing.
roll.
Yeah, the Klingon honor roll would be the guys who died in combat, wouldn't it?
Or if someone wants to listen to the 5-hour session from last week, that would do it. You'd find it out that way. I think if you just imagine an object and then throw that object against the wall, you would get a first name for the Klingon, and then for the house name, just give a low growl, and that's probably a good house name.
Oh, nope. There it is. I found him.
That is not a Klingon name, I don't think. Is it Klingon?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't look like Captain Rowland.
You're astute, Lord Starex. I mean, is it the
Well-
ridges? The ridges kind of just, the non-ridges give it away.
She says with a Eva suit helmet tucked in her arm.
Well, you're definitely less intense than Captain Rowland was. Might I ask why you're on his ship and approaching the station?
I mean, ask. I could ask you what happened to everybody aboard the station. It seems a station this large would hold a lot more people.
Those who want peace in the galaxy through force of Calcut are being purged, and those who want peace in the galaxy through diplomacy and strength are purging them.
I see.
Do you have a stance on the Calcut?
I do. Though I'm really not in the position to, I guess, inform you
Can I
of
make-
that.
Can I make discreet movements? Like, insinuating something? The consoles, maybe?
You. What do you do?
Um, like, look down at my console and just kind of tap on it,
Okay.
all in view of a camera. Maybe he picks it up, maybe he doesn't.
Yeah, he'll see you do that. You could be mentioning any number. That could mean anything, really.
Unfortunately, there's a rather interesting price above your head, and loyalty points could be earned.
The people who would give them out are dead, or will soon be dead. And they are not the kind of people you want to work with. Loyalty to them is not something that is earned, it is something that is enforced, and it is not something that is benefits are gained from. It is something that only goes to ensure future loyalty.
Perhaps
Do
you're
you have
correct.
a reason why you've come to my station?
Well, I do, though I think it may be more fitting to initiate the challenge of the Betazoid right of duel to the death, an ancient term, ancient calling, as you would say. You're a man of older ways.
Sure, and as soon as I finish spearing all of these corruptors of Calcut, I will have a meal of uncooked reg, and then I will engage you in hand-to-hand combat for honor.
Sounds
You see a
appropriate.
gold. You see an officer kind of hold up a pad to Star X and point something out to him, and then they will look up at him expectantly.
Perhaps if you graciously, before you hesitantly pull the trigger, I will meet you on the station.
I don't have any reason to harm you. If you wanted to tell me why you're here, I might be able to help you, so long as it doesn't involve violating the Calcut or violating the station.
She just kind of looks at you like,
Okay.
as I said, I challenge you
Talks a
to
little
a
bit
duel.
more.
Kind of looks at Jackson like,
Yes, a duel. Ancient Betazoid rights say that, a naval captains and their crew may come aboard the ship of another naval captain and duel them. I'm going to be tapping on my console as I'm doing that, not actually pressing buttons, just tapping on it.
I have to honor the certain codes of the tripolity, you understand. My life and the life of my crew depend on it.
I have no hostile intent towards you or your crew.
God damn it!
If
He caught on. He caught on.
Go.
Shit.
Lord Starax, recognized as current Grand Admiral Starfleet. It says aloud because of my complication. Sorry, you hear it on the other side.
Um,
Your orders, Lord Captain. You hear from their side. Correction, Lord Grand Admiral.
if you want to work with, if you want to cooperate and inform me while you're here, I will give you your ship back. If you want to remain hostile and aloof, I will disable your ship.
may we come aboard to discuss this? Preferably with the entire crew.
Not until I know why you're here. I don't need people trouncing around my station, destroying things, or killing people,
Ah.
or abusing Calcat.
We have no intention to abuse Calcat or. Yes, I did mistake that. We have no intention to abuse you or your station. Fine. Continue on this
Then
reason.
there's something I have that you want. But you
It's
don't want me
rather-
to know what I have.
It's nothing that is of any value to you.
Then tell me and I'll give it to you, if it's of no value.
Have you taken any prisoners?
Some, those who haven't resisted.
Any children among them?
I would have to check. Although, you lied to me. I asked if you abused Calcat and you lied to me.
You had no choice.
I will give you what you want, but you're going to have to surrender whoever ordered the abuse of those Calcat.
That's fine. That would be me. I'll surrender.
Send me who you're looking for then, and I will be in touch.
What?
I am going to deactivate your ship's weapons for our safety.
It looks like they got ahead of us there, sir. You hear her on your end, on the other end. As there seems to be one particularly vocal off ensign to be an ensign, but looks human.
Do I get the name of the person I'm looking for?
I'll send it.
Oops. Oh, there. Oh, it's already there. And was the message sent somewhere?
I'm looking for a Kalo. 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 Well, it's not Kalo. There's no apostrophe.
Scanning our database. I think we saw them leave during the fighting. Hold on.
I'm not personally aware of this person, am I? Like, I've never met them.
No, you know that that person was in custody of the.
Oh, they weren't part of the tripolity. They were being held.
Well, they were listed as a family member, Romulan Grand Admiral, and they fled the field during the fighting. Um, hmm. Checking records.
Can I look up the basic details of this person? Like age, species, gender? I assume that it matches what I would expect of the family member of a Romulan, being that they're Romulan.
Where the hell? Oh, whatever. I'm not going to find that quickly. I find this board quickly. That's no help to me. I had that information here somewhere. Hold on. So what happens when I bury my notes? Female, about 7 years of age.
Romulan?
Half Romulan.
Half human? Taking a wild guess?
Yep. It takes a bit of digging because it looks like it was buried among levels, and your ensign kind of helps decrypt it because, well, no one else on the station is going to stop her. Captain, I have their warp trail at least. It looks like they moved deeper into the Shackleton. According to the record, it looks like they just picked a direction and went as fast as they could. It's hard to determine since they don't use the same warp signatures that we do.
She's not on the station. She's on a Romulan vessel.
Yeah, it's they must they kept her on their ship. They had her tour the ship when they first got here, but they're back. I just double checked the station's last sensor logs. If she's here, they would have had to have beamed aboard the station before the attack. But I don't see why they would do that. That would seem foolish. I could hit down to I could link into the ship and scan the station just to be sure.
Couple of questions. How fast is their ship without killing Calcat?
Theirs, about warp 9.
And the Tiananmen men?
That's a good question. Pretty quick because it's one of the newer vessels. It's not the fastest. 9.3. It can go up to 9.8 for 12 hours. And that's what's standard loadout. I'm going to double check to see if it goes any faster than that. This thing wasn't meant necessarily to go fast. It was meant to fight. So 9.3 is what we're getting.
All right, scan the ship, the station.
For 2 momentum, she can find something helpful.
That's up to y'all.
Yeah.
I think we might need it.
Sure.
Okay.
I didn't find the child, but I found Commander Fathum. He's still aboard.
That's who's that? The captain of the ship that went missing?
He's the sorry, forgot he has a different title. That's the Grand Admiral of the Romulan fleet. That was the Guardian listed on file. He's here, but the child isn't with him. He's down in the lower decks. My guess he's trying to get at one of the small craft and escape the station. There's a small team with him too.
Do you know this Romulan personally? He's speaking to Prax, or I don't know who Plax, the name of. I don't know Ryan's name, so I just.
Do I recognize the name?
Yeah, that's the name of the elderly Vulcan, not Vulcan, Romulan. Because there was an officer and a senator, and that was the commander. That was the officer of the two.
Like, does my character recognize that name?
Oh, yes.
I recognize the name.
Then your interest and my interests are somewhat aligned. I need him, and I need some information he has, such as codes for his ships and other plans that he has been keeping secret. If you give something to me that I can use against him, I will pardon you of your crime, and I will tell you everything he knows about where your missing civilian is.
What sort of information are you wanting to know?
Anything that can give me leverage over him. If you don't have that, a general profile so that I can find something.
Remembrance check.
Hmm.
Remembrance check, GM, on this individual.
Insight, commander security, difficulty 2.
Did you ever do a counseling session with him? Because that would be helpful.
Not exactly.
if
Take 3 threat.
Sure.
that not exactly sounded suspicious.
Hey, you gain 2 momentum.
I might need it for questions.
Yeah.
So yes, what is the dirt?
You think about it for a bit because you know the guy and you know a good number of things that he's done.
Well, uh, just from what I know of the man, I know he is Tal Shiar, holds the rank of commander within the Romulan Imperial Navy. He was definitely part of the efforts to attack the Founders during the Dominion War. He is very ruthless at times, especially with dealing with political matters on Romulus. He is more of a, should I put it in terms, a warhawk. Prefers to solve Romulan problems through war. Though he was an advocate for the alliance early on with the Federation to defeat the Founders. Oh.
Do you have any interest in him?
Other than that, he's a very dangerous man, and as to why he would have this specific civilian is intriguing.
I have heard what I needed to hear.
I will
I
tell
think
you
I have.
this: he has condoned of any assassination attempts on senators to further his own goals, and even ran people out of Romulus.
I'm afraid at this point adding more crimes to his file won't do him any worse than he's going to receive. The level to which he has abused the Calcat is far beyond what is pardonable. And with what you've given me, I think I can gain an advantage on him. I will try to capture him, and I will try to extract information about your civilian from him. If he gives that information, I will be departing to go destroy his fleet, and you might want to accompany me to rescue your civilian.
Very well, though the other two individuals on board of my ship here, I would ask that they return to Federation space, at least the other side.
I'm not sure if you're confused. I have pardoned you. I do not need your surrender anymore.
I understand that, but there's two individuals on board this vessel as well that, I would feel guilty if anything happened to them. And for the most part, our objectives are seem aligned, and this problem is elsewhere within the Federation, and they need to head back to where they belong to help stop it.
Are you sure about that?
I will be sending over one of my chief engineers to remove the upgraded engine so that I'm safe in the knowledge that no one else is going to use the ship in the way you did.
Keep in
And
mind,
once that's done, they can leave.
understood. Keep in mind that given the nature state of the AI on board the ship, there was little choice in the matter.
I think my engineer can handle it. They won't be put in the position to use that engine again.
We don't want to use it anyways.
I
Captain
will transfer aboard at your convenience.
we also have fellow crew member. He's wounded pretty badly. He's in stasis. We could use some help.
I will turn to Ensign Altair. Do we have any medical personnel that are not occupied?
For two momentum, that answer can be yes.
Sure.
Uh, Dr. Allison should be free now. I think she just got freed up off the main ship. I could probably get a nurse or two if I really press them hard enough about it. They're supposed to be taking leave at the moment, but rest cycle.
Take the doctor and a few engineers and go remove that engine and attend to their crew member. Once I have the Admiral, I will be in contact.
Captain, do you have a full list of all members that are in the Tripolity? At least the faction that you're not part of?
I don't know who is in or out of the tripolity, and I won't know for some time. You could say that there's a period of purging and consolidation that is going on.
Thank you.
I await your arrival of engineer and medical officer that I will be transporting over to your location.
Station out.
You sure about this, Ryan?
Yes, and she takes the pad. You're giving this as soon as you get to Starbase 21.
Yes. I was gonna take us straight to High Polyphony Command. I'll give it to.
21.
Okay, I'll take it to Starbase 21. Anyone specific?
No.
Yes, Captain.
And go change out the EVA suit and go, I guess, put on a Starfleet uniform. Yeah, once Altera, I guess, comes on board and does things, she'll be back over with them.
Please don't, like, become pirates again and kill Altera.
Yeah. Atara and her team beam over with a couple of Starfleet engineers, kits in hand. Doctor walks over to you, Jackson. So where's the injured person?
He's in stasis in the medical bay.
Thank you. Where's medical bay?
I'll lead you there.
Thank you.
Jackson, one moment.
Yes.
You're going to. You'll be fine. You get back to safer territory. And I'm going to give him positive reinforcement.
Oh, that's very useful.
Presence medicine difficulty 3, I believe.
I'm going to spend my determination on I will do anything for family because he spent the last 7 days and he's very much part of my family and he's helped me through a lot.
I was going to say something very mean, but I'm going to not say that. But you know what I was going to say there.
Take a threat. Or no,
Sure.
Threat momentum.
Threat momentum, okay. Almost there. Oh, one momentum.
Should be one momentum gained.
Oh yeah, because you did whatchamacallit? Determination spend. So in essence, Jackson, you are benefiting from the positive reinforcement advantage, which in a pinch can be used as a way to as a determination point. If you use it as a determination spend and that particular roll fails, you lose positive reinforcement. Otherwise, it just stays with you for the duration of the mission.
Can I spend the 2 momentum that reinforcement reflects into the next session?
Sure. The words will haunt him as he abandoned you on that station. I mean, he'll be inspired and junk.
Probably both.
Altera walks up to you, Ryan. Commander Ryan? Raise an
Yes.
eyebrow, you. Right. I'm not being asked to understand why you're in uniform. One question. How long did you use the core fuel I need to account for?
3 days.
All right. Any other crystalline beings aboard the ship? Inactive,
Torpedoes.
stored away.
We were
Mhm.
working. The torpedoes are lined with crystals as well as I believe.
Of course, there are torpedoes around.
So will the phasers.
Disruptors and possibly the computer core.
Right. That sounds like I'm going to be busy then. All right. Well, you can go ahead, Commander. She hands you a pad. There's some coordinates. They're going to beam you. If you want the ship to beam you over, we can do that, or we can just beam you over, whichever you prefer.
Whichever's easiest.
Frank, it'd be easier if you weren't here, but that's not my call. Have a good day, Doctor. Looks over at you, checks, looks back at you. Ryan just shakes her head and walks off with their engineers. What the hell's going on out here? Is there anything you do before you transport?
Just to make sure that Bane will be all right.
You'll be told that the doctor should be able to bring him around. It'll just take a bit of time to treat him for his vacuum injuries.
And she's just going to transport over because she just made the deal with the devil. So it's a lot of deals with devils lately, apparently.
Says person committing murder.
Hey now. Hey now, are you really wanting to talk?
I haven't murdered anybody.
Really now?
The station
I mean, so of all the crimes Star X has committed, I don't think murder is one of them. In fact, I think Alan is probably the only one that's murdered somebody.
Shran?
Those Romulans had
I
it
mean,
coming.
Strand had an entire universe where he murdered people.
No. Well, no, Shran didn't murder the mother of Ray.
You wake up in a brig.
Okay, I'm now starting to get suspect. I'm gonna sit down and meditate and try to reach out with my psionic sense.
Okay.
Also, sent you a DM. You're probably ignoring it because it's not worthwhile.
You see a world on fire. A world awash in despair, hopelessness. But underneath all of that, a rage, building fury against everything, everyone. For it's all so pointless. None of it should be. Not even you. Fitness command difficulty 2.
Focusing composure.
Yes.
Take a threat for bold.
Sure.
Oh God, please. uh-huh. Okay, I'm gonna use my free reroll.
Hmm. For your reroll.
Okay, determination time.
Gonna reroll
Under-
the whole set?
Reroll the whole set. Understanding brings prosperity to all.
Yes, very much so. As you begin plummeting toward the planet, you're able to calm down and observe your surroundings.
What do I see?
Your doom. Over here. You see two black spheres with a red light emanating from its middle as they fly across the endless ocean. But almost dwarfed by its size, like they are huge. Think moon size. These things are massive. But you can see in front of it, it seems to be a Starfleet vessel that is going as fast as it can away from
Identity of vessel.
Insight Con difficulty 2. It's not like you can read the numbers or nothing, but you can take a wild guess on its silhouette.
Yeah, don't have focus. And I don't have momentum. Wait, should I have a momentum? Wasn't it difficulty 2? I got 3.
Yeah, you'd have a momentum. So you can spend that momentum if you want.
Yeah, got nothing else to do with it. So I'm in a rock and a hard place. Nope.
It's a starship.
Federation.
It's Federation. Like the shape's kind of hard to miss. Starfleet as opposed to
Klingon. Okay, vague idea what ship that is, but
you continue to look around. You get the sense there are other things here to see as you plummet toward the planet. You get the feeling you can only be here for so long. How long it is? We're getting into metaphysical stuff and psychic mysticism. It's hard to get exactly down how many minutes you have.
okay. I want to
Not die. That for one.
not die. I need to ask the Calcat to help me help them. Let just plead with them and that I want to help them. I understand in your plight and plain, and I need you to cooperate with me.
Fitness plus command difficulty opposed. You're being attacked. You said the one thing they didn't want to hear.
Shit. Focus on composure or
Yeah,
psionics.
Yeah, either actually, honestly.
Okay, threat for bold.
Sure.
And 2 more or threat for fourth dice,
Sure.
which you're all gonna spend. Rerolling 1 because I really need to be greedy right now.
So greedy. Whoops. Got things in my way. right. And wrong thing. Sorry. Okay. Oh, you actually gained 3 momentum.
Okay.
The thing you said that ticked them off was that you understand their pain, and you get this wave of utter anger at the suggestion you're even close to understanding how much they're suffering.
Okay. That's understandable.
And as you fall right by what appears to be a sovereign class ship in orbit of the planet.
Insight con to glance at the registry number.
NCC 28291-A.
I'm just gonna remember that. But I have an idea who it might be. Is it the ship I'm thinking of?
Which ship do you think it is?
The Expedition.
Yes, I'll give that to you for free. It also helps if you looked at the name that's next to the registry number, which is also just as big.
Yeah. So slight suspicion that at this far away, a ship based on the rounds answer or could be the Kismet.
Could be. It's hard to say from that distance.
And disconnect. Shut off my psionics.
Presence command or fitness command, difficulty of 3, 4. The planet doesn't want you to leave. He wants you to stay.
I am not staying. Focus in psionics.
Yes.
1 threat for bold, 2 momentum, and 4 fourth. Unless this would proc diffuse attention, aiding and not resorting to violence.
I'll give it to you because you are going away.
Okay.
I'll give it to you. If only just.
So in that case, I get 1 dice for free. So I'll spend. Hand me 1 momentum back because I'll spend 1 threat and 1 momentum.
Okay. I see what you're doing.
Yeah. Rerolls, please.
That's.
Do it.
All right. Which milestone have I not burned yet? Episode settlement. I use the virtue understanding brings prosperity to all to understand the events of the Strand timeline and to get over the timeline shunt where my brother disappeared, but I don't remember that anymore.
I'll give it to you. I see where you're, or I see where it can go, I should say. I'm not sure you know where you're at this rate.
But understanding events way larger than what I should be able to do.
Yeah.
And okay, so yep, I'm just gonna re-roll the 1. I can't even succeed at cost at this point.
You continue to fall.
Okay. Try. Okay, so I need to call out to someone to anchor me.
Give me insight. Jeez, I don't know. God, insight command difficulty 2.
Focus in psionics
Yes.
or tactics? Psionics.
Hey. You sense two presences on the planet that are friendly to you. There are billions of others that want you dead. Well, they want not you in particular. They're not quite that personal. They don't care about you, the individual. They care about you, the universe that makes them suffer. But there are two beings down there
I am
that you can
focusing
anchor
on
yourself
them.
toward.
Yeah, I'm focusing on them and anchoring myself towards them, because if they're on the planet, theoretically, in a psionic sense, I should be able to survive? Maybe?
And Captain Ray plummets into the planet and disappears through the clouds.
Let's do the time warp again.
And we check in with a certain somebody. There you are. Eventually, after much tinkering and finagling, you're able to get the bridge of the Cordoba back in order again. Well, Dr. Magnus, everything's operational. As far as the bridge is concerned, the emitters are back in order, and our two peregrines are in. Shall we continue on course to Orion, to the Orion system?
Yes.
What
I
are
might-
your intentions, sir? Do you wish to hail the nearest Federation outpost in the area? Are you seeking more independent entanglements?
I wish to get to the bottom of why people are trying to kidnap me. Oh, and I might have 3 ships that I need to get rid of. And there might be a group of people who are known to want ships and have things that I want in this area.
For 2 momentum, the hologram could find something really helpful out of it.
Sure.
It may be more advisable to seek out a syndicate base rather than going to the Orion system itself, since the Orions are a member. Syndicates, if you have a supply of or some sort of barterable good or knowledge, it is entirely possible to be able to buy the information you need, or possibly exchange the ship and the two peregrines. Although I will advise that is normally considered engaging in piracy is normally considered illegal outside of Article 14, Section 31.
I believe we are currently wholly operating on and against Section 31 of the Constitution.
Blinks at you. Your orders.
Find a base. Syndicate base.
Syndicate base found. Warning. It's entirely possible that they may open fire on. But, if we are unable to convince them that we are more valuable alive, then
When we get close enough, hail them.
that is a very good idea, Doctor. I'll be sure to do that. Advise we keep shields up. Despite the common practice of keeping shields down to be more friendly, the Syndicate may take that as an opportunity for what they call a free shot.
Very well.
I do not, however, advise turning on the weapons. They may see that as a come-at-me gesture.
I'll defer to you in tactical matters.
Are you certain?
No, but that's the way it's going to be for right now.
Well, this shall be an experience for both of us then. Doctor, it may be advisable to replace my command database with a security database, unless you wish me to engage in the diplomatic exchange with the Orion captains, I suppose. Although that seems a strong word for them.
Yes. Let me find you some negotiators, and I'll look up who is the best negotiator in Federation history.
Luxana. Anyway, give me.
I don't think any of her tactics are gonna work here.
I don't know. Andy Dick could get naked. That might help.
No, we would be.
Wait, is this program fully functional?
Oh, it is a hologram.
Correct.
Yeah, like
give me reason, con, or command difficulty. I'll make it 3. Why not?
Paul. Someone else can do it if they want to.
computers.
Sure. You are looking it up on the computer.
And
Make
I
sure you're
have
not getting just any old negotiator.
a con of 1, so it's super helpful.
Yes. How's your command looking?
It's 1.
Oh, there you go. Never mind.
I might be one of those. There are characters that are stacked to do one thing.
Specialized.
And I am doing none of those things at the moment. It's almost like I need someone else to fly this ship, command the ship, and shoot the phasers. If only
Don't
those
worry,
people-
trust the EMH to do it. It has great stats.
Take 6 threat.
Sure.
Ray is a good way of getting rid of threat when I spend it.
One momentum gained. Yes, you've now reprogrammed him to have a negotiators database. So if he's doing any negotiations or persuasion, he basically has an advantage.
Okay. Hail them then.
As you approach the sensor range of a Orion Syndicate pirate station, if you will, as far away from the patrol lanes of Federation of Starfleet as possible, with a small fleet of ships ranging anywhere between scale 3 up to scale 5. You hail them. And that will be the end of the episode.